we're halfway home into the 2014 St. Louis Invitational, and we had some unique games today, much more decisive than yesterday as well. In the tough GM field, Grandmaster-elect Caden Trofe won his first game of the tournament against Ben Feingold. Caden's situation is unique, as he is not in this tournament to achieve a norm, rather to get his rating above 2,500.
Do you have all your GM? I'm like, yes, I have that approved. So all the norms have been approved. It's just pending rating. But in my last tournament, because how it works is if you hit 2,500 at any point, so you get the norms and then you have to hit 2,500 at any point, even on live ratings, which means in the middle of a tournament. So in my last tournament, I actually hit 2499.5 before the last round. And so how it works is FIDE actually rounds up. So that basically means I was at 2,500, but not technically. You know, there's a few different things here, but I thought just queen takes and here. And at first I thought, oh, he can't play rook b8 because here, and I'm threatening rook c8 and stuff. But I'm like, oh wait, he just plays here, rook c8, and the knight on d7 is really helpful. Bishop f8, he protects b8, he's threatening b7. Not really what I wanted. And so I played knight a4 instead. Again, just threatening to break my queen out if he just plays some waiting move. So he pretty much has to play rook a8. And now take, rook c8, and okay, bishop f8 takes, and I have a rook and bishop and two pawns for a queen, which is okay, but I'm also threatening his rook. So now if he plays like a takes b5, I take, say knight takes, and play here, and I have the two rooks and a pawn. And he has to be careful with this b pawn because that's also going to be in trouble. And I thought that should be pretty good for me. And so he has to kind of play rook b8, and now rook takes a6, and this just looked excellent for me. I don't know. I don't think he could have really done much now that we got to this point because I have the three pawns, my two bishops are really strong, my knight on a4 is pretty well placed. Okay, queen d5, rook c1, it's just all my pieces are kind of coming into play. g5, I think he was just trying to complicate it, but okay, I played bishop a5, so after g4 I play knight d2, knight e8, and now I played bishop d3 next. I want to play knight c3, and you know, not really allowing him to play queen f5, having ideas of bishop e4. And here he was under a minute, so it's hard to blame him in this just tough position, probably just lost. He played queen b3, and now after bishop c4, queen takes a4 of course is the main line, but now just bishop e1, and his queen's just trapped on a4. So he has to go into this endgame, which, I mean, the g-pawn's also hanging, but he's just down two pawns. Say, if he takes, just down two pawns, and I have the two bishops, it looks really good. So he tried to play rook c8, but now just takes, and okay, after take, just knight e1. My bishop protects my knight, and it's game over.
The last names in lighter yellow are unable to achieve their norm in this tournament. However, it's not elimination rules, it is a round robin, so they play until the end. In our second tournament, Doug Eckert also scored his first win of the event, scoring a big win as white against Sean Vibert.
I have no norms. I've been a non-chess playing working professional, so this is something I would like to do, but we'll see if it happens. But when he played bishop d5, I thought that was really risky because he's got a problem on f7 now. And the variations are complicated. A computer may figure out a forced win here, but for example, in this position, I was thinking about playing queen to e2 with the idea of bishop takes d5 and queen f3 hitting f7. I also thought about bishop takes d5. But it was hard to figure out exactly whether or not this was winning in this position. So I looked at c takes d5, queen to d2 here, and I couldn't figure out if I was winning this or not. He plays d4 and then queen f4, and it's tricky. I mean, maybe this is the right way to play. But I saw this line queen to d2 where I have this rook sacrifice on f7, and I didn't see a way for him to avoid this particular position. And at worst, I'm going to draw this position. I mean, because his king is so exposed. But it's very, very hard for black to play this in time pressure. So he plays a great move, c5, so he's threatening to check and trade queens, and then he's okay. So I brought my queen in the corner. He checked, so now I have to be careful about bringing my rook off the back rank because rook to e1 is mate. But again, this is practically very, very difficult for black to play. Now he plays another good move, queen c6, otherwise I was going to play rook to d1, and queen h7 check, and he should play king f6 here, and then I've got to see if I have anything better in this position than playing queen h8 check, which is a draw. I would probably look at playing queen to h6 with the idea of queen f4 check. But again, it's not easy then after his king gets back to g7 to do anything to him because I've got to be careful about my own back rank. But he played the final heir here, king f8, and I think he just overlooked. I now have rook down check because if he takes the rook, I just play queen h8 check and I win his queen, and that would be the end of the game there. So now we're in a situation after he missed that. He has to bring his king up, and it's doubtful there's a defense for black at this point.
It would be tough to expect Doug to win all 4 of the next games in a field such as this, but that's what he has to do to get his IM norm. We hope you're enjoying the coverage of the 2014 St. Louis Invitational. Remember, you can check out every single game as it happens live at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Central Time at stlouischessclub.org.